Hello, my name is Charles Bosworth, owner of Bosworth Media, a digital marketing agency, and we design, host websites, sell domain names, handle digital ads, podcasts, and everything in between. And today we are speaking with Tara Davis. She is the development and marketing director for the Care Clinic in Fayetteville, North Carolina. And I had an opportunity to help solve a problem for them. So we'll get into that momentarily. But first, Tara, tell us about the Care Clinic and what you do there as a development and marketing director.
The Care Clinic is a free nonprofit health clinic for adults in Cumberland and all bordering counties who do not have any health insurance. So we provide primary care, dental extractions, pharmaceuticals, outside imaging, and referrals, and as well as a few specialty services as well. As development director, my kind of job is to do all of the outreach initiatives for the clinic. So making sure that our name gets out there, making sure people know what we do and who we are, where we're located, as well as connecting with both sponsors, donors, business partners, and making sure that those community relationships are being built alongside of what we do within the clinic.
Is the Care Clinic kind of a unique concept, or is it something that's done in many cities?
No, it's something that's widely done. So we're actually part of two associations. So we're part of the North Carolina Association of Free and Charitable Clinics, as well as the National Association of Free and Charitable Clinics. I have no idea the numbers on how many are out there, but it's quite a lot. Where there's two different kind of categories of charitable clinics, where there's the completely free, and then there's the federally qualified health centers that work on a sliding scale. And we kind of all work together to service the people who are underinsured or underrepresented in health care.
Awesome. So I initially approached you via email from a referral, someone that we mutually know, to discuss a new website for you and some digital marketing, but I never got a response. At least that was what I thought until we spoke and you explained that there was an issue with your email deliverability and that often your emails get delivered to spam. So we met and we discussed the email problem a little. Tell us a little bit about what you were experiencing.
Yeah, so for it, this was going on for a while. So we noticed around the time that our IT system input a new malware system. I don't know if this was just a coincidence or what, but around this time, all of our emails stopped going through. I say all, but I'll say I more so mean any email that goes out to somebody I had never emailed before. Um, where if I emailed somebody who maybe I met at a networking event, they would never respond. If I tried to email somebody for maybe a sponsorship or a community partnership, they wouldn't respond. But if, say, maybe somebody I'd partnered with before needed some back and forth communication, that worked fine. And I was realizing that everything was going straight to people's spam boxes. And it was getting really frustrating because we were trying to plan for all of these fundraisers and connect with all of these sponsors and donors, but I was not getting any email responses. So it was taking up more time having to like physically call them or go visit them and work things out that way. Or I would have to tell people, like, if you don't get something from me in 10 minutes, check your spam box because that's probably where I'll be.
About how long had this problem been going on for you?
I'd say maybe like 5 months.
That's a long time to deal with
Yeah,
an email problem.
it is. It took a while to like notice the problem, but then once we were aware of it, it was like, oh, well, this is inconvenient.
So I'm a problem solver and I do well with some technical issues. Now, I'm not an IT person or an engineer at all, but I can solve many consumer computer and internet problems. So when I told you that I'd take a look at your email and could probably fix it, what were your expectations?
Um, Mostly I was a little skeptical at first, simply because you were not the first person we had gone to ask about our email problems. The first we tried reaching out to our IT, and they said that it wasn't something they could fix, because they were saying it was probably something related to a domain problem. And then I had one of my personal friends take a look at it, and he kind of realized then that it definitely was a domain problem and kind of tried to explain it to me, and I was lost. And then I tried to bring it to the person who hosts our website, and they said they didn't know. So at that point I was like, I don't know who knows what they're doing. So I didn't really know if you would fully be able to figure it out.
How would you say my demeanor and approach has been to helping with this?
Oh, it was so calm. It was very calming because I you came in at a during a week. It was like 2 weeks before our fundraiser, and I was on just high stress for everything. But you just handled everything so calm and explained it all so well that like by the end of those that first day when we sat there for like 4 hours together, I felt like I was personally a computer wizard because I was saying words that the day before I had never even heard of, and I was starting to understand concepts I had never even dreamt of. So that was really cool.
And so ultimately, was I able to solve the email issue?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. We were able to work some magic, figure out so many back end things, and then now like I'm able to reach out to sponsors like the final week leading up to the event. I was able to email out event tickets and people were actually receiving them. And that was just such a big help and a big relief when I'm trying to get in contact with 300 plus people and I don't have to worry about manually calling all of them.
At the risk of sounding a little bit redundant, how satisfied are you with the results?
I am quite satisfied. I'm very happy. With a working with a nonprofit, it's hard to find like good quality programs out there because a lot of people just kind of want to get in, do business, run something for you, and then get out. And they want to charge you a lot for it. But we're on a tight budget as a nonprofit, and you were willing to work with us every step of the way on pricing, on time, on like what's the word? You were persistent with it. So it took 3 whole days, but you were there all 3 days ready to make it work. So I'm very happy with how it all worked out.
Awesome. Yeah, and the 3 days was simply because of connecting dots and communicating with different people was not easy to coordinate all that all on the same day. So it's why it kind of took longer than it really needed to. It was just merely just connecting with the different people that needed to help resolve that.
Hmm.
Compared to the other service, or not the other service providers, but other service providers in general, how would you say that I compare?
I would say that you were much easier to work with. Um, and we strongly believe in like supporting local here. And there are a lot of larger organizations or larger business names who kind of want to offer you all of those digital bells and whistles. But I much prefer being able to go to like an individual or like a small business that is based in our area who can understand the specific needs of something that is kind of we're very close, like tightly based in our community. So it's very important that we have somebody who understands how our community works so that for our marketing needs and for our tech needs, all of that is handled appropriately.
And so, what would you tell someone about me that asks about my services? If they asked, described how you would answer them.
Hmm. I would say he can offer a lot, like a wide variety of services, and he will do it with patience and quickly. Um, and those are very important things to keep in mind, especially when it comes to your business needs. You don't have time to sit down with all of these tech problems. It's something you want to be able to focus on the firsthand things, and you were great about making sure that we were still able to get our work done while you were helping us out. So I would highly recommend somebody who is persistent, um, well versed, and is very easy to communicate with.
Awesome. So again,
Mhm.
at the risk of sounding redundant, I'm asking the same question, maybe in a different way. In a nutshell, would you recommend me and why?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Because well, I found you through kind of a referral through a mutual partner, and we're both very strongly passionate about following through with referrals because you can always trust kind of the words of your friends if they know and believe in a product or a company or a person. And I think that this just I trusted her recommendation, and it really followed through. You promised, you made a lot of promises, and you delivered on every single one of those. So I would say
Awesome.
that was definitely worthwhile. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Tara, thank you for taking time with me here today and to answer these questions I'm asking you. I appreciate it very much. Appreciate the referral also.
Absolutely.